Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of June 11th through 24th, 2024. This is a reading if you're Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, or have another significant Pisces placement in your chart where you feel a Pisces cross-watch reading is good for you. This reading is for you. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when these videos come out. Every subscriber and every like and every comment definitely helps. I have links in the description box below to my website, which is where I do my spiritual coaching. And as part of spiritual coaching, I can do tarot readings, I do astrology, human design, different things depending on what the person needs, and also just regular coaching for people who have different issues that they want to explore. And also I do a morning live stream called Morning Coffee with Breege on Instagram, on the transition.life.coaching feed. All that information is down in the description box below. And I do upload those transition life coaching feeds every day to the morning coffee ones to this channel. So those will come up as well for people who are interested. And I do a reading at the end of those every day. So if you're looking for a little bit of a daily reading, you can do that. And if you don't want to listen to me, you can fast forward to the end of the reading. But that's the, I put those up every day, and those are connected to my coaching practice. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. Those of you who are familiar with this channel know that I read according to the 12 houses of astrology. So I'm going to tell you the position of the house, and then I'm going to talk about what the cards mean there. I try to take the broadest interpretation possible because we are doing a general reading here, but sometimes if a very specific narrative shows itself, I'm going to talk about that as well. Obviously, take what resonates and leave the rest, as with any general reading. So, first house for you is Aries. This is your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you. Okay, so we have Nephthys with the Lovers. So right now, funny, because Nephthys is the card of Pisces, and you are Pisces. So you are definitely, I feel like there has been a lack of clarity recently. Like maybe you feel like maybe you don't know who you are. Maybe recent changes have left you feeling uncertain. And so with the Lovers here, you may be, I don't know, flip-flopping with people. Like you may show one side of yourself one day and then another side another day, or maybe even an hour later, who knows. But there's definitely the sense, like this is Gemini energy, so there's definitely a sense of kind of a two-sidedness. Lovers can come up too when we're trying to make decisions about something. So maybe something that we've always identified with is falling away, and now we're not really quite sure where we're going. So I feel like right now you are in a phase of like that's kind of in between, a little bit of a liminal phase. You're trying to figure out, you know some things have gone away, but now you're trying to figure out what's new for you. So you may be in a space where you need a little bit of time to, this is a little bit of a card of shyness or withdrawal. So you may not be putting yourself out there, or there may be certain aspects of yourself that you're not showing to people right now. Second house is Taurus energy. This is about finances primarily. It's mainly, values, possessions, things like that, all the things that are kind of associated with Venus there. Okay, so we have Hathor with the Knight of Swords. Something with the financial situation here, Pisces. You are, like, I feel like there was a quick decision that was made about money. Maybe if, I haven't seen what's going on with the job. Oh, actually, some of you, maybe one of you has maybe recently lost a job or left, or maybe got laid off, or something happened very suddenly. So I think there's a feeling that you need to act really fast on something. I see this female energy here, so I don't know if some of you, if there's a particular female who's going to be helping you out financially, whether that be a family or a friend or somebody in business. I mean, I don't know, could be anybody. Or this could also indicate money in terms of the strong Empress energy here. So this could be about planting new seeds and building up new things financially, building up a new sense of abundance. But I feel like this is something you feel like you have to do very, very quickly. This can have to do with Hathor here. I feel like for some of you, this also could be doing work that's more feminine associated, so or Venus associated, probably more accurately. So for some of you, this could be about learning to do a craft, learning to bake, do something with fashion or sewing, something with beautifying, aesthetics, facials, massage, stuff like that. or maybe certain types of healings. Some of you might even become astrologers. I don't know, because I always forget that Hathor is basically associated with astrology. But yeah, nonetheless, it doesn't have to be any of those things. But those are definitely the associations of the Hathor card. So for some people, maybe they're thinking about maybe jumping into something like that. Or maybe you just left a job like that. I don't know. But strong feminine energy here around money. So that's either a very Empress kind of thing where you're building something up. I mean, there's a strong Virgo sense to this card as well, in the sense that there could be a sense of planning and organizing and trying to, dot the I's, cross the T's, figure things out. But again, I think there's a tendency that you feel like you need to act fast on something. And I think this is cautioning you not to act too fast. Even if you feel like it's a situation where, yeah, I have to take action, I must do something, look before you leap, certainly. Third house, this is communications, short distance travel, can have to do with self-employment. So if you're in your own business, this would be connected here. It's a house of self-effort. It can also have to do with sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships. Okay, so we have pyramid with death. So yeah, there has recently been challenging news of an ending. Okay, that's why I say I think with some of you, especially what I'm seeing in the 6th house, that some of you, there may have been a catastrophic end to a job ending, or maybe there's something connected to business. Being that this has to do with messages, I feel like there was a negative message that came in for somebody, or a message that came in about an ending. Now, I should probably stay away from the word negative. Maybe it's something that initially feels negative, but ultimately this is saying it's going to be fine in the long run. This is a test situation, strong initiatory energy with pyramid. So again, there's that idea of being on the threshold. When you're in an initiation stage, you're not where you were before, but you don't know what the new thing is yet. So you're in the middle of a transformation for sure, okay? And there have been recent communications around that. The 4th house, this is Cancer. So this has to do with your home, your sense of security, your environment. It can have to do with the family and ancestral things, particularly the mother. Okay, so we have fire with the Fool. Again, there's this idea of being fired up, ready to take a risk on something. Okay, so the Fool energy is ready to dive into a new start. And again, something that other people maybe consider to be foolish, so you may be ready to dive into something. Now with the Knight of Swords here, I feel like this may be that you are kind of ready to just say, screw it, I'm just going to take the leap on something. And so being that this is a house of security, I don't know if this has to do with where you're living. I don't know if, like, say you suddenly decide you're going to sell your house or something, or whatever, but there's something here that you feel a very strong need for action, a very strong need to move. You're kind of inspired to solve a problem, and you may be taking risks. So with the Knight of Swords over here, I feel like the one caveat I have to say is make sure you're not taking a foolish risk. Okay, it's okay to take risks if you need to, but also just make sure that look before you leap, as I've said there. I mean, I feel like there's a strong sense of that, because there's a strong sense of urgency here. Okay, now we're looking at the 5th house. 5th house is about creativity, children, love affairs. We have the 8 of Wands with water. Okay, so there could be travel. There could be travel across water or near water. That's possible here. Even though this is not technically a travel house. These are both connected to that. But this is also something happening very fast messages coming in. So whether this has to do, if someone's specifically looking for love, this could be a love relationship that comes about very, very suddenly, maybe when you're on a trip somewhere. Or this could just be something that maybe has been static and all of a sudden going to start to move and is going to certainly start to go somewhere. And if that's the case, certainly in the 7th house, which is the other house having to do with relationships, we have the Hierophant with the twins. So yeah, somebody's moving very quickly towards a marriage situation, and towards a higher level of commitment. So this is definitely indicating a relationship that is committed, and that is, Hierophant is about making a commitment. It's not about a fly-by-night kind of relationship. This by itself might indicate that, but it seems like something happening very fast. And honestly, if this is a case of where you've lost your job and you feel like, okay, I need to, I don't know, maybe hurry up and marry somebody and move in with them, that could be a possibility here for somebody, just so that you have that security or that place to live. That's possible. Again, just be sure that's not your only reason for doing things. but there does seem like there's going to be some fast movement with things. Now, whether this is about you, this is also the house of children, so this could have to do with a child. You take it as it resonates. And also this can be moving on a creative project too, if love is not part of the equation. But for somebody here, definitely, there's definitely commitment being shown with somebody. So, and yeah, and the fact that you have the Lovers in the first house too, that looking at that across, with the twins straight across in the 7th house, I feel like maybe something about a relationship has been taking center stage for you right now. Like maybe that's been your focus, maybe more than other stuff. And maybe you're going to be, maybe in the wake of some kind of an ending, you're looking to make a decision or make a commitment on something, so you can move ahead. Yeah, because the 6th house here, this is the thing I was looking at. You have Seth here, okay? Now, Seth is a house of, this is a Chthonia house, so this is about a house of suffering. So it has to do with worry and anxiety. It has to do with jobs, okay? Anything work or service that we do for other people. So a job you would get paid to do rather than your own business. And it can also have to do with health and healing. So for some people, maybe this has to do with health or a health situation, but I don't really think this one has to do with health because we have air here. Now, if it did have to do with a health situation, it would be saying a health, something that's passing, like maybe, getting sick, having a virus, and then getting better, like that kind of a thing. But I really feel more like this is a change or a move, like a move of job. Or even, it could even be a physical move too. But I feel like this has to do with work for some reason because there's a financial component. I don't know. It could also be a literal move because there's this, and then, and the fact that we see messages about endings here, and then you also have the 10 of Swords. So something has most definitely come to an end. Maybe this feels like a betrayal for some people. But there's definitely been this very sudden change. And again, this is also about messages too, when we get this card. So, this can indicate a very sudden change that has come in, and this is happening in the work house. So somebody watching this definitely has to do with a job that may just suddenly have gone away for whatever reason, whether somebody got fired or whether or not they just had layoffs, or I don't know, just something happened that's a deal breaker and you said, I'm leaving right now. And maybe you're leaving and maybe you're going to be jumping more into a committed partnership with someone. I don't know if you're already married and in a committed partnership, you may be relying more on your partner right now. That could be a situation. But they're definitely, I feel like, yeah, you definitely got the sense that you need to move now or to take a risk on something. There's a lot of fast moving energy here. But again, I feel like there's a reason to be cautious. And even if you're, everything in your gut is telling you, yes, I need to make this change, make sure you're not rushing certain decisions, like think them through. The 8th house, yeah, this is your house of transformation, and we have Anubis with the moon. So Anubis is the card of protection. He's the guide through the underworld, right? And so Anubis indicates a need for protection right now, and a need to negotiate a difficult situation, to navigate something, to try to navigate it with a sense of humor, with a sense of balance. And this is a card that will definitely help you do that. But we have it with the moon. So yeah, this is again, Piscean energy. And so, yeah, I feel like we had enough with this in the first house. There's a sense of, I don't know where this is going. I don't know what's going to happen. And you may be wanting to be in this protective space, but it is telling you that you're going to be protected in this process. So as a Pisces, you already are a very intuitive sign. So just make sure your emotions don't overrule your logic. Sometimes with the Chthonia stuff, we can kind of lose our grounding. So there definitely seems to be a need to ground here for sure. Yeah, I'm just looking back at the Fool and Fire down here. I mean, this is strong Aries energy with the Fool. So yeah, you are definitely, something has happened, something has ended, and now you're just ready to jump in and take action. But again, it may not be clear, and you don't want to deceive yourself about your motives. Okay, 9th house, this is Sagittarius energy, expansion. So long distance travel, higher education, legal matters, educational institutions, and also spirituality and faith and the role that they play, or the way in which we deal with the bigger picture, or the broader, what our beliefs are, or how our beliefs might change. Okay, so we have Sphinx with the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups is definitely a strongly receptive energy, and it's an energy of love. So I don't know if this relationship is something that's far away. Maybe that's why it seems risky. Maybe you're picking up and going someplace far away. Or thinking about doing that, because Queen of Cups to me here is associated with a love or a love situation. or at least with something close to your heart. Like maybe you are thinking about moving into this kind of emotional space. This could be about uncovering secrets with Sphinx. This could be about excavating something or coming to terms with something. If it has to do with the relationship, this is saying wait and see. So if you are tempted to just pick up everything and go at the moment right now and jump into something, this is saying wait. Sphinx is saying there's more to be revealed about a situation. Your intuition is your guide here rather than just raw emotion. Like let your intuition be your guide. If you can still yourself enough, you'll see the information that's coming in here. I don't know. I just feel like there's some situation here where something has come to an end and you're having a feeling like you need to rush into a situation that's going to provide you with stability. And this may involve you moving far away or doing something like that. Maybe for some people, it's going to be getting involved in somebody's religion. I don't know. But whatever it is, there seems to be a reason to pause and to wait, because I don't think you have all the information about everything yet. Between Nephthys, the moon, Sphinx, and actually you've got Urias over here too. So yeah, there's something here that you're not seeing yet. And I think you need to wait. Now, in terms of your career, now this is interesting because we're seeing this loss of job, but we are seeing stability and completion as far as career goes. You've got 2 4s here. So I don't know if the number 4 is going to be significant, but this is usually a card of stability. So I don't know. This definitely indicates, Bast would indicate needing to be recognized. This is also about looking for support, being involved in your network, doing something that makes you happy, and following your instincts on stuff. But the 4 of Wands it's like a gateway. It's like you have succeeded and accomplished a lot of stuff and you're ready to move on to the next thing. So yeah, there's definitely this sense here of, this is Venus and Aries. So, there's a sense of satisfaction. This also can be about marriage and things like that as well. The 4 of Wands can be a marriage card. But I feel like, yeah, this is interesting because there's all this upheaval around a job, but there's a lot of stability around career. So there's something that you're doing or that you're known for or that you're recognized for. Maybe it's something artistic, because sometimes Bast has to do with arts or music or something like that. I mean, I don't know if that applies here, may or may not. But there definitely seems, and there's also, this is about healing as well. So I also don't know if you're somebody who is involved in healing work in some way. But I do think it does seem to indicate, yeah, it's like the job situation might not have been stable, but the career situation is. So hope that makes sense. Take it as it resonates for you. But it could also just mean that there seems to be a whole lot here around wanting to find stability. So maybe if you've been in an unstable situation, you may be looking to do something to stabilize or to move to the next level. But it does seem like you've already got a lot going for you on that front. The 11th house is Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is about friendships. It's about our social networks, business networks, our goals, our hopes and wishes, and also our destiny. And okay, we've got Buckle of Isis with 3 of Cups. So to me, okay, this is definitely a very social card. So I feel like you are reaching out to your friends. You are spending time with them. Maybe you are socializing and going out. But I think with the Buckle of Isis here, it's indicating the efforts you're making right now are going to be rewarded. So I think this is suggesting, like, reach out to people in your network. Whatever's going on right now, talk to friends, reach out to people in your network, bounce things off of people so you can get a clear picture of, like, maybe where you are, maybe things that maybe are not obvious to you that are obvious to other people. And I feel also, though, whatever this big change is that's happening, it's trying to move you towards a happier space. So yeah, there's definitely a sense of wanting to move towards abundance and wanting to put the work in to make that happen. So yeah, so all that energy is right there. If we look at the 3rd house, the 12th house, this is your own energy. This is Pisces energy. This is the house of self-undoing. So this is places where we are unsure or maybe insecure, or just maybe are repressing something, or maybe something is unconscious in some way. Something maybe is not quite clear. Yeah, and again, as I mentioned, Urias, and we have it with the Empress. So Empress, again, there's this strong nurturing kind of energy here. This is about growing something. I mentioned Hathor over here, and there's Taurus energy here. So this may be concerns about abundance and stability, maybe even about family with the Empress. Sometimes there's strong mother energy involved here. I don't know if somebody's having a child. That might be for some people, although I don't strongly see pregnancy indicated here. But there could be, maybe somebody's concerned about being pregnant. I don't know. Doesn't really look like it from this, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So this card, yeah, this is just about, there seems to be concerns around abundance, around security, around having that space, around whether or not seeds you've planted are going to grow, although we do see buckle of Isis over here, so there is the sense that efforts you are making are going to be rewarded. And Urias often comes up when, again, there's something we don't know about. There's going to be an unexpected twist or turn. This may be something that you're worried about, but I do feel like there's just something that's going on here in the background. I don't know why Virgo period of time is coming into my mind, like, the number, because there's a 9 here, there's a 9 here, and that I think of September, like the 9th month. So I don't know if that's going to be relevant here or not, but there's definitely the idea here of something not being what it appears to be, or there being some kind of an abrupt turn or change in a situation. And I might think of this as just being something you're afraid of, but or maybe, like I said, the abruptness of something and the sudden unexpectedness could be throwing you off your course a little bit. But I think whatever's happening right now, I think it does seem like you are reaching out to others. Maybe you are looking to make a commitment to somebody. Maybe you're looking to do that very fast. I don't know if this is someone you've known for a long time, but there definitely seems to be a sense of this. And there definitely seems to be changes to home. Maybe you're contemplating moving far away. There's been news of some kind of an ending, whether this is you losing your job or whether it's somebody else in connection with that. But there's definitely a strong sense here that you don't know where you're going and what's next. And you may be tempted to take a hasty action just to try to stabilize or solve the problem right away. And maybe for some of you, you're falling back on something that you already know in your career, which could be okay. I mean, that could be a thing to do. But given that you're facing a lot of choices about who you are, I feel like there's been a lot going on for people recently where they've been in upheavals, particularly around their work or around their money. And whatever this upheaval is, it's kind of like trying to throw you into a new space and having you do something new or something that's more authentic. So I always telling people right now, think twice before you just jump back into the thing you have experience in. And I understand why people do that. They're like, yeah, well, I've got 20 years experience in this, so this is obviously where I need to find work. But if you've been consistently unhappy or having issues in that kind of work, then this may be saying, look, you need to do something different here. Don't just jump in and try to you may not necessarily want to fall back on that. This may be happening precisely because it's trying to propel you into a new space, not to simply just go back and do the old thing. Now, overall, you have Sirius with the 7 of Pentacles, which in this deck is called the Failure card. I don't think of this as a card of failure. I think it's where we're looking back at something and thinking like, oh, did I put all this effort in for nothing? Like, I think that's the element of that. So maybe it's something you have done for a long time, and maybe you're feeling it's a dead end at this point. But this is also a card of patience. When 7 of Pentacles comes up, it's like a card that says we're waiting for something to manifest here. And it is definitely encouraging you to think differently. This is Aquarian energy. Pluto in Aquarius is messing a lot of stuff up and really forcing us to think differently. There's the old work smarter, not harder, right? I mean, trying to find a different way to do things. And I feel like you are moving towards that. But I think in whatever you're doing, I think you maybe have some ideas. I think you may be ready to take a risk, Pisces. You may be ready to do something. But and it definitely seems like there's going to be a commitment in the offing, like a very serious commitment. For some of you, this is going to be a marriage. I mean, for some of you, it's definitely going to be a marriage. I mean, I have no question about that. Of course, if you're already married, like I said, this might just be maybe somebody having to rely more on their spouse right now for stability in a very more traditional way. But I feel like you're ready to risk a lot of things right now. But you may also be careful you're not repeating a past pattern. So let's see what Moonology has for you this week. Let me pull a Moonology card. And here it is. Oh, this is interesting. New moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Okay. So for some of you, yeah, this can have to do with romance. It definitely has to do with relationship. Like I said, if you're already in a relationship or not looking for one, there definitely seems to be this idea of partnership and working with others. And again, there's this idea of this being a new cycle. So I don't know. I feel like there's going to be something coming up. Empress sometimes does have to do with love energy as well. So I just feel like you are not necessarily going to be doing things the same way. Maybe this is actually another way to look at this potentially is that you're going to be in a situation where if your old way of doing things has gotten messed up, if you've lost a job, if maybe, let's just say you worked a lot of hours and now your job is gone, maybe now you are going to be moving into a relationship and that person is more traditionally going to be supporting you, maybe while you have time to work on the things that really matter to you. So I don't know. All these things are possible, but there's definitely a strong vibe here of something has come to an end around work or career or something like that. And there may be a temptation here to just jump in headfirst to something new. But it is definitely saying to look before you leap, because I don't feel like you have all the information yet. But this new romantic cycle begins. I feel like I need to read this actually from the book for you. So let me just tell you, I don't normally do that with this, but I'm feeling like I should do that. Okay. Give and take could well be what the answer is to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating. Okay, so we have Anubis here. Or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and someone else. A new relationship could be beginning, and if that's the case, chances are it will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. In anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised. Okay, yes, just like I said there. Such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is the sign of relating, and this card suggests whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish, won't get you anywhere at this time. So feel more and think less is what this is about. Of course, that's easy for you. And yeah, marriage or engagement may be in the cards. Also, legal matters going your way. And don't be all about appearances. So those are the other things here. So yeah. So anyway, that's what we have for you. Very interesting reading this week, Pisces. Good luck with whatever's going on. If it makes you feel any better, there's a lot of other people right now in this kind of amorphous, I don't quite know where on that stage. So you're definitely not alone. And yeah, I think seeking the support of friends will definitely be helpful here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great month of June and that everything goes the way you want. And we will see you again closer at the end of the month. Take care.